Alright everybody, welcome back out of the channel. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Today we're making these panels. They're not real structural, just kind of a skill thing. They'll sit like that. We got to make another one sits up here. We're just going to emulate all the panels on the full scale, and we'll use the same screws like these ones that I used on the silver plane for the cowl. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to make another one. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a layer of I believe this was 4-ounce cloth. We're just going to use the Z epoxy finishing resin. We'll do this one up real good, get it so it's all soaked through, and then I got a layer of 3/4 ounce that we're going to put on it. That way we don't have to try and fill the weave as much. So anyway, we'll get going. We'll just do a time lapse. I mixed these things up in a little 2-ounce or 1-ounce red cup, so you can pick them up from Walmart, or they got mixing ones which for epoxy, which make it easier. You can see the measurements. But anyway, we'll get after it. Well, there you have it. So I would just let that stuff dry up. I usually let it dry up for about 4 or 5 hours, and it's still really flexible with that layup. I mean, this one we did yesterday morning, and so biggest reason I'm just doing this is he's got some compound curves, and so I want them to semi-hold them when I go to screw them down. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. All right, so we've got all our panels made up for this top piece. We just made one big sheet. What I'm gonna do now is I got these sides kind of taped on roughly where they need to go. First one I'm gonna try and figure out is this one right here. I want the seam, just for ease of me getting it in there, I want it to be behind that former right there, because I'm gonna put some hardwood back behind here to give the screw to go into. So okay, so that's I mean, it's got a little bit of bubble up going on, but nothing outrageous. I'll just make one of these holes just a little bit bigger and we'll fix that. So what I did is I started on the center one, and then I came to these back ones, and then I just filled up that third one. As I measured off of this line up here at the top 3/8 of an inch, came down 3/8 of an inch, and then measured down, it come out to 2 13/16. So I repeated that on the other side, and then for the center one I just kind of came up here and eyeballed it, put a little mark right there, came back about that far, drilled it, put a screw in there, and then measured back how far I came on that panel to right there. Did the same exact thing, and then came up off this line, made it nice and level. Anyway, so I'm going to draw a line between these two screws, and I'm going to decide how many screws I want to put in there, look at some pictures, and I'll finish up this side and do the other side. I came out here yesterday. The batteries were charging for the GoPro, so we didn't get any recording done. But all right, so we turned it around. You see, we still got a lot of stuff we need to do. First thing I'll do is I'm gonna pull this panel off here, and then we'll make our straight line coming clear out to here, and we'll go ahead and put this panel back on. So we got a screw here, screw there, couple screws right there, a few screws along this back side. The next thing I'll do, I'm gonna cut out this piece right here. We'll make it big. We'll kind of fit it around these. We'll lay it down, and then we'll start making this panel right here. I might replace these 3 panels in this piece with aluminum flashing. It was a suggestion from a club member who's also got a YouTube channel. You should check it out. His name's Grant Aston. He does some really cool, really cool scale stuff. I'll try and put a link up here somewhere to go check his stuff out, but for now I'm just going to do these fiberglass things. I might just use them as a pattern to transfer to aluminum flashing. If I do, I'll let you know. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'll measure up from here up to there. Same deal from here up here. Then we'll go ahead and cut that other piece out. We'll make it long and then cut around here and then trim it back a little bit. So, and you can just cut this stuff with some cheap old scissors. So anyway, get after it. Okay, so that's all fit there. Kind of wraps up semi nicely. And then the way we got to fit this next piece is what I'll do. I'll measure from this line, come over to this line, and these panels I made 11 inches long. I'll double check that, but they should be the same. But I'll measure on the front how wide it is, and on the back how wide it is, and then I'll measure forward where each one of these has to go, and just slowly take out a little bit until it fits in there nicely. We'll just kind of have to roll it up and come in from the front, I believe. So I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. So we'll go ahead and try it. Alright, so what I did is I slid that in here, marked pretty much where these are to go. That one I just kind of did a real rough deal. And then if you can see it, there's a pencil mark right here. And what I'm thinking is this is where I want the edge of this panel to be, and that's how far back this is holding it off. So I just kind of eyeballed about that same distance up. So in theory, if I clearance out that distance, it should drop in. So we'll get after it. we got that fit in there. What I ended up doing is I just cut it out on the scroll saw. I tried using this bit, didn't go after it too quick. I used my little sanding drums, and then all of a sudden power out here got like super hot and it threw it off, hit my finger, didn't cause any damage, but didn't want to mess around with that again because I am out here late by myself. So we just cut it out. The only thing I noticed, there's a problem here. Those screws right on the seam, so not a big deal. I'll just scoot them over 1/8 of an inch. This ain't no competition scale plane. This is just me being me, thinking that it'd be cool. So move those screws over and we'll screw these down. So most of the pictures I saw, you'll end up with 3, 2, 1, probably do 2 here. I'll look at the pictures again. So anyhow, but that'll be it for the paneling. So not sure what I'll work on next, but I got an idea for a project. If you're interested, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. All right, that's done. That's done. So all that's left is get the rest of our screws, screw everything down, trim our panels up where we want them, sand them, fill the weave, make them look good, paint them up. So as far as panels go anyway. Well, thanks for watching. If you haven't been here before and you like what you saw, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, share with your friends. So we got another project as soon as we got this one finished up. I'm gonna call this one Supernova. This one's from my daughter Lila. My second oldest is her name's Nova, so we're gonna call it Supernova. Anyway, catch you next week.